What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about some more Gorilla Mode products and Gorilla Mind in general. These are the products that I just recently bought that I am starting to use on my workout sessions and just trying to see if they work in different fields as well. I will break down each and every single one, their purpose, what they do, and my own experience with them, and we'll review them. Alright, let's get started. So first up, now we have the Gorilla Mode Glycer, the Super Hydration, and this is the mango peach flavored, and this was the only available one in stock. That is why, or else I would have gotten a different flavor. Not a huge fan of the mango peach flavor, but that's alright. For this particular one, it is the intramuscular hyperhydration, intense pumps, and it increases power and endurance in your workout sessions. So if you go check out the website, you'll know that this is combinable with a few of these other products to hit PRs, and I think it's called the Ultimate PR Stack that you can buy for that specific goal. Now, for the suggested use for this product, as an example, it says, for somebody who weighs 185 pounds, the maximum glycer dose would be 100 grams. If your training sessions last more than 2 hours, mix 1 scoop of Gorilla Mode Glycer per 14 ounces of water and consume 28 to 42 ounces per hour throughout training. So you need to stay super hydrated in order for this to do its job. This particular product puts water in your muscles to give you that big feeling and that intense pump. 100 servings per container, and the serving size is only 1 scoop. And as you can see, glycer is the only thing in this product. Now, I bought 2 of these simply because why not? They're cheap and helps out a lot. Now moving on to this one. This is the Gorilla Mode Energy Instant Energy Formula, and its focus is intense focus, increased power and endurance, and max out energy. And this is 40 servings, and the serving size is 1 scoop. Now, these are pretty small scoops, but as you can see from the powder, very potent. And I had a little bit of a mess up with a certain mailing company that transferred these, and some of the powder was leaking out the side. A lot of people have had trouble with this company lately, but it's a good thing that they just added a protection plan for your company for delivery of these. Now, suggested use for this one is a dietary supplement. Mix 1 to 2 scoops of energy in 10 to 14 ounces of water and consume 30 minutes prior to activity, preferably on an empty stomach for optimal cognitive results. Vary the amount of water to achieve your desired flavor. First-time users should begin with 1/2 to 1 scoop or less to evaluate tolerance. Do not exceed 2 scoops in any 24-hour period. Now, I have used this one for work and for going to the gym on top of mode, and I've got to say that the first time I used this was 2 scoops. I did it to get the maximum dose to see how my body would handle it, and this particular flavor is Bombsicle, and this was also the only available flavor that was currently in stock, and I bought that 3 discount tub. You know, you've got to get the discount ones if you want your money's worth, or else you're wasting an extra $5, $10 on each product when buying separately. So get the discount, and this will last you quite a while if you're not abusing it. But with this one, I took this one. After 30 minutes or so, I started getting a little shaky, and it's not a horrible feeling because I felt laser focus. I felt so on track. I felt like I could do anything. I was zoned in, so zoned in. And I think the shaky was just kind of coming with it a little bit. But I've got to say, it works really good. The flavor going down, when you put it in your shaker bottle, shake it up, start drinking. I will say, going down, it tastes like watermelon, the bombsicle flavor at least. It kind of tastes like watermelon, but then it settles and the aftertaste kicks in and it tastes like bombsicle, which is kind of the weird thing because there's a definite change in flavor once you swallow. It just settles and then bombsicle pops in your mouth, which is interesting. But back to the Glycer Pop real quick. I'll show you serving size. As you can see, it's a decently sized scoop, a little grainy as well. Now I will say, I added this with mode as well to get the intense pump, and I will say, from using this, my shoulders and arms felt rock solid. I felt like my shoulders were popping, getting them Derek delts. I really did feel like my arms at least had a huge bump. Not really anywhere else on my body, but definitely my shoulders, I felt like they were just an inch bigger than normal, which is weird because I try not to go for the placebo effect with any of these supplements, but I have noticed when using this one for the first time, it definitely made a difference. And then here's the energy. I'll show you the scoop again. All right, so we've got these ones down. Now moving on to Dream. This is Gorilla Dream. Now this is a sleep and recovery formula. So it's advertised for rest, relaxation, and dream, vivid dreams, deep sleep, wake up refreshed. So how Derek had broke this specific product down was that it's the equivalent superior. So it's like melatonin, however, with melatonin you wake up, you get that groggy feeling, you're still tired, everything's still a loop. Well, with this one, you don't get the groggy feeling, so you go to sleep, you wake up, you feel better. There's no groggy feeling, you don't feel like it's holding you back, you don't feel like you're still tired. Now, I will say with the very first dose I took of this, the serving size is 4 capsules and there's 30 per container. However, it's on this particular one, yeah, here we are. It says, take 30 minutes prior to bedtime, directed by your physician. Start with 4 capsules to evaluate tolerance. New users and females may want to start with 1 to 2 capsules. Do not exceed 8 capsules in any 24-hour period. So I used this for the first time, and I've got to say, I slept like a baby. I was out cold in 30 minutes. And I had dreams that lasted forever. It felt like they just never ended. And it's weird because when you fall into that deep sleep, you feel like you wake up 5 minutes later and you feel like you just took a nap, but it's the next day. That's how I was with this. I took 4 of them, fell asleep, had some dreams. What felt like 5 minutes, woke up and it was already 8 hours later. So I have dialed this one back to make it last longer. So instead of using 4, I now use 2 or 3. And the reason for that being is just to see the tolerance level, see if using 2 gives me the same benefit as using 4, so I can just have more servings with this. And I have been taking 2 for every other day just to kind of see how I felt on it. And same result. Sleeping really good, waking up, feeling refreshed, and then going ahead and going on about my day not feeling groggy. Now, to everyone's favorite pre-workout, we have the Gorilla Mode pre-workout, of course, and this is mode, not nitric. And I have yet to try nitric, but I would like to, although I'm not really too picky about it. I'm fine with mode. It's all right with me. I don't necessarily need nitric. It's a little more expensive than mode, but I'll have to try it out since it's stem-free. But this is the mango peach flavored. This tub has lasted me a while, only because I've been off and on sick, so it's been hard to get into the gym, as you can maybe tell from my raspy voice. But this is, serving size is 1 scoop, servings per container is 40. And of course, go check out Derek's videos on any of these and you'll find out for yourself. But reviews alone, I've talked about this before as well with some of the other supplements. This has really worked out pretty well. I love this. When I take 2 scoops or even 1 scoop of this alone, I feel like I could just pump out push-ups forever and not get tired. It feels great. It's really nice. Suggested use: as a dietary supplement, mix 1 to 2 scoops of Gorilla Mode in 12 to 14 ounces of water and consume 30 minutes prior to training. Vary the amount of water to achieve desired flavor. First-time users should begin with half a scoop to 1 scoop or less to evaluate tolerance. Do not exceed 2 scoops in any 24-hour period. So you're going to see that reoccurring with a lot of these. These products are very potent, so there are a lot of ingredients in them, which is not a bad thing. It's because they work, so I'm all for it. But mode, and with Gorilla Dream as well, the pills look like that. And going down, they have a bit of a flavor, which is interesting. Okay, now moving on, I guess let's start with AM. Now, I only have one of these, simply because in the process of purchasing this, I could not find a way to add multiples onto this, only because I already had purchased a set of PM and the Rawl scene. However, with this, I just wanted to get one, get it here and try it. So I did not think about buying 2, but after having it, I think I'm gonna have to. So, pills for these. This is the AM fat loss formula. Suppresses appetite, increased fat loss, and increased energy. So, like the bottle, these pills are coded yellow. And you're going to see the same thing with this to this one. But if you look at the suggested use for this one, start with 1 to 2 capsules on an empty stomach 30 minutes prior to exercise to assess your tolerance. Take 2 to 4 capsules in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach, 30 minutes prior to exercise. or spread throughout the day. Do not exceed 4 capsules in a 24-hour period. To maximize efficiency, taper up to 4 capsules in the morning, so 4 capsules of this, and then 4 capsules of the stimulant-free fat loss formula in the evening. So you take this morning, hence the AM, and then you take the PM in the afternoon with the Rauwolfstein together. So these two go together, this one separate, morning, afternoon, and you cannot mix I think it's just the Rauwolfstein, but you cannot mix these two products with Gorilla Mode Energy, or Gorilla Energy I should say. Yeah. You cannot mix these two products, and the reason being, I think there's too many of the same ingredient. I have not done a deep dive, it just says on the website, do not mix these. But I have been using this specific one, and all of them really, to evaluate myself when it comes to breakfast, because I do not eat a big breakfast. I am not a breakfast person. I don't like breakfast. I just feel sick in the morning. In all reality, I just feel gross. I feel sick. I don't feel good when it comes to eating food in the morning. So I just don't eat breakfast, and this has been a lifesaver, because if I try to take my supplements or my pills, like my vitamins, on an empty stomach, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and that could be a combination of the specific pills. However, when I take this, and it almost feels like foam increases in my stomach, and I just don't feel hungry. When I take this, I don't even eat till like 2:30 p.m. and I get up at 7 a.m. So we're talking like I could go like 6 hours without feeling hungry at all taking this. And I did not think that it would work as well as it does, because you know, fat burners and stuff don't normally work, but this really suppresses appetite. And I only take 2 pills. I don't take 4. So I could definitely see, if you're a bodybuilder cutting weight for competition, this is great. So highly recommend. And then moving on to the PM, so the afternoon version of this, you got serving size of 2 capsules, and there's 60 servings per container, which is the same as the AM. And as you may already know from my last video as well, just like the bottle and like the AM, the color coding is the same as the bottle, and it's red. Now, start with 2 capsules to assess your tolerance. Take 4 capsules once or twice per day. To maximize efficiency, taper up to 4 capsules of the stimulant fat loss AM in the morning, and take 4 of the PM in the evening. Do not exceed 8 capsules of PM in any 24-hour period by itself. If you will be combining PM and AM, do not exceed 4 capsules of either product. So if you're combining these two, do not take more than 4 of each. If you're just using this one, it says you can go up to 8, but you cannot exceed 8. Now, I use this one with the Rauwolfstein in the afternoon, and I don't believe it's even necessary to go up to 4. I guess if you're a bodybuilder cutting exactly like the AM, you could, but I only take 2, and I feel perfectly fine on 2. I don't get super hungry, and it lasts a while. And then combined with the Rauwolfstein, as you can see here, the Rauwolfstein aiohembine suppresses appetite, increase fat loss, increase energy. 1 capsule, and there's 90 per container. You combine this with the PM. And these pills are slightly smaller, as you can see. Simple coating, no color coating. So I add this with the PM. I don't take it alone. Take one capsule 1 to 2 times per day, ideally on an empty stomach, 30 minutes prior to exercise. Do not take within 6 hours of bed. To maximize efficiency, take 2 to 4 capsules of our stimulant fat loss formula PM with each dose. So this goes with that. Take it together, same dosage. Moving on to Gorilla Mode AR, and this is an androgen receptor upregulator, boosts cellular energy, upregulates androgen receptor density, and then shuttles fatty acids. So this is AR, and it's 1 capsule per serving, and there's 120 servings per container. So if I'm not mistaken, so suggested use as a dietary supplement, take 1 capsule 1 to 4 times daily, preferably between meals on workout days. Consume 1 to 4 capsules 30 to 60 minutes prior to training. So take this prior to training, and yeah. So the reason what this is for, if you couldn't tell what the rest of these were for, this specific one is advertised to maintain lean muscle mass while during a cut, so you do not drop muscle when you are cutting. So for anybody who doesn't know, when you have cut calories to a point where your body needs to stay in a good enough caloric deficit to lose weight, but also maintain the frame that you have so you don't lose your gains that you had made. This is supposed to support that muscle tissue staying there. And I got a couple of bottles of these to try. I cannot say yet, at least, if this has done anything for me, only because I just started using these and I'm not cutting. I'm just trying to naturally lose weight. 1 pound a week is my goal. So maybe we'll see an update in the future. But I'm really interested to see what this will do for me and how it'll work. We'll just have to wait and find out. But when cutting, you have this caloric deficit to get all this extra fat, extra water out of your body so you can look good, specifically for a bodybuilding show. And not necessary. None of this is necessary, but I will say a lot of this definitely has helping me achieve what I want to. My goal is not the same as that, so I do not need the specific items to help me achieve that, but I'd like to see what it could do for me and my benefits.